Let's talk about We're Here, who, sad to say, has been canceled after 4 seasons. Like, they revamped the show, they brought in new people, and look, it only lasted 1 season. And no shade, I'm gonna say this: I did not watch this season of We're Here. I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to. I think maybe it was just going to a small town trying to get. Why don't you like me? Why do you hate gay people so much? I guess maybe it's because I don't give a fuck whether or not straight people like me or not. I wasn't interested in watching a bunch of people in a small town being discriminated. Like, there's enough drama and trauma going on in the world, particularly in our community. I did not want to watch it in reality TV form. So the Emmy-winning drag makeover series starring RuPaul's Drag Race alums was canceled after 4 seasons on the cable network. Co-creators, executive producers Johnny Ingram and Stephen Warren announced on Instagram Friday. Now here's their Instagram post. It says, "Although the current run of our show has ended, we're here's message of love and acceptance has already made a lasting impact on 2S LGBTQ, well, that's two spirited, in case anybody didn't know that, LGBTQIA plus people across the country. Creating We're Here was a dream come true, and our hearts are overflowing with love. We are grateful to HBO for giving us this opportunity. To our fierce drag mothers and drag community, to our production team at IPC, and to all those that share their hearts and stories with us. It took a lot of courage, sequins, and sweat to make We're Here, and we are so proud to leave behind 4 Peabody Critics' Choice, GLAAD, and Television Academy Award-winning seasons that are wildly entertaining, enlightening, and give hope to anyone struggling to live their truth." So here's the thing. I do love the fact that they inspired a lot of people, because I guess maybe the reason why I could say what I said is because I'm in a liberal city. I live in New York City to be exact. So I'm not having to deal with a lot of the things that people in Cupcake, Idaho and West Bubblefuck, Wisconsin have to deal with. I'm in a blue state. So I'm good over here. So maybe that's why my mindset is I don't want to sit and watch all this other stuff. But I do feel for the people that are in these small towns that look to these shows to feel some kind of normalcy, because they see drag queens coming into their neighborhoods and trying to make a difference and change the hearts and the minds of ignorant ass people in these small towns who have a hard time dealing with people who are different than them. So I totally get it. And I feel for those people who have to deal with that. So, the show premiered in April 2020 with Drag Race standouts Bob the Drag Queen, Eureka, and Shangela traveling from town to town to dole out makeovers and open minds. The first season was disrupted by the COVID-19 shutdowns, but the show returned for its second season in October 2021. Season 4 saw a host turnover as Drag Race franchise winner Sasha Velour, Priyanka, and Jada Essence Hall, plus the legendary Latrice Royale, stepped into the spotlight. Now, the docuseries also shifted its focus at what turned out to be its final season, highlighting the Queen's work to combat the rising tide of anti-LGBTQ plus sentiment in the United States. So maybe that's where it went, was the fact that they shifted the focus. Because I didn't get to see the last season, because I know what we liked about the show was that these queens would come into these small towns, they would visit these queer people that lived in these small towns, they'd make them over, that they'd secure a little spot where they could put on a drag show, and then the people that they made over would come out and perform with them and have their moment in the spotlight as a drag artist. So when they were talking about that, how things have changed, and I guess they want to talk about more of like make it more focused on a lot of the anti-LGBTQ stuff that was going on in the country, especially when they're trying to ban drag queens from performing in public spaces, and trans people, they don't want them to use certain bathrooms or whatever, and all this other stuff. So they wanted to focus on a lot of that. There's been a lot of the Don't Say Gay bill and all those other things that's been going on with these politicians who are creating these things as a distraction, playing into a lot of people's ignorance and fears, while they over here stealing all kinds of shit, as politicians, stealing your money, creating all kinds of criminal activities. Well, then somebody I just heard from Fox News that they ain't talking about that was accused of having child stuff, sexual stuff on their drive. But Fox News ain't talking about that. But they want to, but drag queens are dangerous. They want to ban, drag queens from reading their children, but you got children running up in schools shooting their damn classmates. And then the parents like, oh, I notified the council. What about notifying the goddamn police? What the council going to do? Talk them to death? You should have called the police to prevent this situation from happening. So there's a whole bunch of craziness going on in the world. But you know what? We don't have no problems with guns, right? That's what we should be focusing on. This easy access to semi-automatic weapons, and how we're teaching kids as a sense of normalcy to be practicing school shooting drills, hiding behind couches and stuff whenever something happens. Like, this should not be just some normal day that my child is going to a school. And I think this is why a lot of people don't even want to bring kids into this world, because of how people are acting. So they said the world has changed. We're all experiencing in our real lives of social media just a greater amount of misinformation around queer people, of fear and hatred and shame surrounding what we do, which we know could not be further from the reality. This is what Sasha, who won Drag Race Season 9, previously told EW. Faced with opposition directly in our faces, sometimes screaming at us, we somehow managed to channel this beautiful power of drag to stay calm, to combat myth with fact, and just to show that what is so great about what we do. Now, we'll say this. We're Here did score 7 Emmy nominations, 4 wins, including Outstanding Hairstyling, Outstanding Makeup, and 2 for Outstanding Costumes for variety, nonfiction, and reality programming, but none for hosting. But because I guess y'all like costumes and things. Now, it is sad that this show is not going to be around. We'll see if, I doubt it, but if it'll go to another network. But I do hope that HBO Max is not going to pull what they did with Legendary. That once Legendary was canceled, all of a sudden y'all just wiped the slate clean like the show never existed. I would like to go back and revisit old episodes of Legendary, but they went and took it off. So I hope they don't do this with We're Here, because I feel like there's been in this overall situation of queer programming being canceled, and then it's just y'all wipe the slate clean for us to never hear from these shows ever again. Because I was trying to look for on what was it, on Out Magazine. I think it was something like the overall amount of shows that was canceled that features gay people on the show. One of them being, we just heard about what's the name of that show? 911 Lone Star. There's another show that was just canceled after their final season premieres. That's it. But I think there was some this year was like I don't know, I might get the number wrong, but I'll just say, or to be on the safe side, at least a good 30 to 35 shows featuring queer people have been canceled on network television. So I don't know what the issue is. And then it's like, these shows they just disappear and we never hear from them ever again. So it's unfortunate what this is all happening. And now we have, We're Here is gone. So it is what it is, I guess. But I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this news? Are y'all sad that We're Here is no longer with us? Are y'all upset that you're not going to see the show again? Were you watching the show? What did you think of the show? Did you feel like season 4 didn't really bring or do what needed to be done in regards of, what you were used to watching when it comes to that show? Whatever your thoughts are about We're Here, let me know in the comments down below.